Shalom, and I hope you're having a nice week as we're getting ready for Purim coming up this coming week, next week. But a little reflection and a quick word on the Parsha. So, who would you say, in today's day and age are the influencers? And that's just a buzzword that's being used, and often it's attributed to people that have, a great Twitter following or Instagram following, social media influencers, people that seem to be able to share and transmit a lot of information and have an influence on people, decisions they make, purchases they are influenced to make, etc. But I'm sure you'll agree with me that when you think beyond the buzzword of influencer, as the people in your life that have had a true impact and truly influenced your growth and your thought processes and your behaviors and perhaps your values, it may not be somebody necessarily that has a great following on Instagram or any other social media platform. And it's likely somebody with other sorts of qualities. And in the Parsha, we read about Moshe Rabbeinu, who perhaps was the greatest influencer of his time, or perhaps of all time. And there were specific qualities that the Torah highlights in this week's Parsha that speak to what gave him that ability to have that level of influence. And if you have a look, or if you pop by Shul, I'd be very happy to show you that the first word of this week's Parshat Vayikra has a small aleph, which is the last letter in that first word of Vayikra. And there's many different commentaries. So the physical size of that letter is smaller than that of all of the other letters in the Torah. It's the smallest letter, and it's the aleph. And there's different commentaries that explain what the meaning and the reference behind that is. But one of them that caught my attention is that it represented Moses' humility. And this was his, after receiving the Torah and accepting it all and taking it all on board, now it's his job to transmit and to share and to influence the people with that knowledge and with those teachings. And the first thing as a teacher and as an influencer Moses felt was that a quality that he absolutely had to master in order to be successful in that journey and to be able to transmit those messages was that quality of humility. To be able to really connect and hold space and listen and be there and be present and be aware of and really be able to understand the person that you're trying to share those messages with. And that was a deep quality of Moses that he had, that he was really able to connect and have that humility to sit and listen to the people that he was looking to transmit those messages to. And I think the same, this is an age-old teaching of a few thousand years, but it reigns true today as it did back then. When we look to part a message to share, our values with friends, with family, with business associates, with colleagues, if there's something that we really want to share with them, perhaps one of the greatest techniques in being able to do that is that small aleph, that humility, to be able to be present, to hold space, to truly be there for them. And when we're able to achieve that, we may find that those messages that we're looking to transmit resonate and they land and they have an effect. So Shabbat Shalom, and have a wonderful, restful, peaceful Shabbat ahead.